Hi guys. Well, today I wanted to show you some of my magic cards. It's raining right now, but I hope that helps your ASMR. So, when I first started collecting magic cards, I was about in high school, and so that was when the 7th edition started coming out. So, at that point, none of my friends really played Magic, but I still like to collect them anyway, because my brother used to play Magic in his high school days, and I think he had some cards left over. So, I was interested, and it looked fun. So I was so curious about it. And, I think at that point we had laptops in high school, so a lot of my friends used to play, and they just played on their computers. And then actually when I got to college is when I started finding out that my friends from college used to play Magic, and that's when we started playing together. There's, I didn't know much of the rules about like tournaments and stuff, and like drafting tournaments, and it was kind of new, but it was still fun. So if you don't know about Magic, it's a card game where you use your lands, like islands or swamps, to and when you tap them, it gives you mana. Like an island gives you water mana, which is like the energy to play sorceries or creatures or instants, which you can play at different points of your turn. And when I started, I liked playing a lot of, red and black, because, I was a angsty teenager, edgy. But after a while, I started playing with, blue and black instead, because blue is with like counters and instants, sorceries, so they're stronger instead of their creatures, which is interesting to me. And I just found my binder just a couple days ago when I was cleaning, and I thought I might make a good ASMR video. So here's my deck box. If I look in there, it's gonna be my old deck. Let's go through it. So I think the most cards I have are from Mirrodin. It's like that era. And I think they're like, those cards are like banned now because the artifacts are too strong and stuff. But, I had blue and black, so there's a land like this that can give me either blue or black mana. That's nice. So I have options. And there's like cards like this, Fate Spinner, which is a creature that can make you skip any phase of your turn. So that's like more tricky stuff with blue. And then there's You know, black cards like terror that can destroy creatures. So I would use black to destroy creatures on my opponent's side of the field, and blue cards that counter, like to counter spells, which is like, you know, making whatever they play useless. And then after that, I don't really need very strong creatures. I just need to be able to keep stopping whatever they're putting out. And you know, because blue cards cost less to counter large creatures, and so that your opponent will have to play to waste mana just playing them. So then all of your creatures will be out at a lower cost. I'm not sure if it's simple enough for you to understand. But then there's things like this. Merfolk Wizard, which can spawn Merfolk and then also counter your opponent's spells, which is a really good ability for a creature to have. So this is my whole deck. I have like these card protectors on them, which are kind of old. I got them when I was starting out, and that was like 10 years ago when I was in high school. Yep. And you know, let's see. I was in high school when Mirrodin came out, and when I was in college, I think it was 8, 9, and 10 that came out. So I was playing with my friends with those sets then, those editions. Let me see if I can find some of my favorites in my binder. I used to also buy some from like flea markets, some cards from flea markets when I would pass by. And those had like cards that were very old, even before my time, which was 7th edition, so it's like much older. So that's how I got those kinds of cards. They were interesting. And I guess this was my first like shiny card. Or shiny is a thing. Oh. Shiny card, which is Thorn Elemental. That was the first set I got, which was the 7th edition with the Thorn Elemental one. And I think for that Mirrodin part, editions, I think I got like the books and stuff, and those were kind of interesting. So you have these old ones from like Scourge, I think it is, with the little dragon symbol in the side. I'm not sure if that's equal to this ones I have. I think Ice Age I have, actually. Which is like, I don't know, 3rd or 4th edition. Or, I don't know, very old. See, most of the good blue stuff I have in my deck. I stopped playing about, I guess I stopped collecting actually after like the 12th edition. So here we have like Alabaster Mage, which will cause any creature you have to gain as much, give you as much life as damage it gains. So whenever your creature gets hurt, you gain life. Or if it deals damage. So let me see if I can find my favorite card. Here it is. Oxlogger. This looks like a funny creature. It's kind of strong. So this is the power which it attacks with, and the one on the right is its toughness, which is its defensive pretty much. So it's not too strong, but its ability is the one I like, which is to just deal 2 damage to whatever creature or player if you remove the top 10 cards of your deck and red mana. So it's not so overpowered, but I just like it. It's funny and it's cool. This one's kind of one I like. This is from Scourge, I think. And it lets me put a creature card from my graveyard into my hand. But it has Storm. So when you... see, for every spell played before it, you can copy Reaping the Graves. So you could put more creatures into your hand. But I'm not sure really, I never really was sure about if you had to pay the cost over again or not. So I also think the Meriden kind of series came back. I'm not sure. I don't think I have any cards from that, if I ever bought cards from that. I think these are from the Eldrazi editions. So, with this one you can, if you pay its cost and you pay the extra cost, you can destroy a creature from your opponent's side of the field. This one was kind of interesting. I think I got in a draft when I played with my friends in college. So it's Dragon's Claw, and I gain 1 life whenever someone plays a red spell. So, if I have a red deck, that's like really good. It lets me gain so much life. This one is really one of my favorite creatures. One of my favorite big creatures. Lets me clone like the abilities of another creature and put it onto this one. So if I had a creature that had flying, I could put flying onto this. Or if it had, protection against a different creature, then I could put on this. So that was really fun. That was a really fun card. And in my red and black days, I used to have a lot of artifacts too. That was during the Meriden editions. And they had artifacts like this, where I could just use a mana to deal damage to something. And if you have a bunch of these, then you could deal a lot of damage to something. This one is one I'm always been fond of, lightning coils. It's not that good, but it was fun when it actually worked. So, if you have played 5 creatures since you put this out onto the field, then you can put even stronger creatures into the field, and so they can attack during the same turn you play them. So it's like you play it early, and you play some creatures, and then you can attack with even more creatures. And let me look through some of my other cards. These are just lands. Let me show you them. Plains give you white mana. Forests give you green mana. Mountains give you red mana. So it's like the energy that you can use to play creatures or something. And I even have there's artifacts, lands that can give you non-elemental mana. So I think that's all I have to show you for today. It's nice to be nostalgic about my old Magic cards. So see you next time. Bye.